Hi, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the motor in your dryer. The reason why you would have to do this is because it's making a humming noise, because it stops turning during the cycle, because it's tripping a breaker, because it won't start at all, or because it won't turn at all. For this repair, we'll be using a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a ratchet with a 7/8 inch socket, and a pair of channel locks. Warning: before doing any repairs, please disconnect your power source. So this is the dryer we're going to be using for this demonstration. It's a Frigidaire. Keep in mind, you might have one that's not quite exactly the same as this, but the same technique should still apply. Just make sure you turn your gas off. So we're going to turn our dryer around. So we need to remove these two screws right here. We're going to be using a Phillips head screwdriver. And once we've got those screws out, we can pull the top back and then lift it off and put it off to the side. So now we're going to unscrew these two screws here. We'll take off the grounding wire. And now we'll unplug all these wires here. And just make sure when you're removing these wires that you're pushing it on the tabs to release the wires from the board. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have 6 screws total we've got to remove. We've got 2 here, 2 inside the door, and 2 at the bottom. Close the door up again. Now to make this a little bit easier, for the last 2 we're going to get a piece of wood and we're going to set it underneath the dryer. Now all you have to do is just slightly lift on the bulkhead and it should come right out. Now we just have to remove these 3 wires here. There we go. Now we'll take the lint filter out. We'll set that off to the side. Now we're going to remove the screws right here holding the support in. Now I'm going to remove the 2 bottom screws that go to this bulkhead here. And now we can remove the bulkhead. We're just going to lift up on it a little bit and remove it from the support. And we should be able to pull it right out. So here's the drum belt right here, and in order to get it off, we're going to have to reach underneath the drum, and in order to get the belt off, we're going to have to push up on the lever to release the tension, and reach in with our other hand, and now we can just take that right off. So now that the drum belt is free, we can pull up on the belt so it doesn't get caught on anything, and then pull the drum out. So this right here is our blower assembly. So to get it off, we're going to take off the thermistor right here. So now we got that out of the way. And now we've got 2 screws right here that we have to remove. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just lift the idler arm assembly off the spacer and set it down right over here. So now we're going to take a pair of channel locks And I'm just going to grab onto the shaft right back here, and I want to hold on to it. So while I'm holding on to the channel locks in the back there, I want to use a 7/8 inch socket in order to loosen this front nut on the wheel here. And in order to loosen it, we have to spin it clockwise. And once it's loose, you can undo it the rest of the way by hand. There we go. Now I have to take the blower assembly lock off. In order to do that, I've got a flathead screwdriver, and I want to stick that right into the slot right there and move it forward so we can pull it out. So now I can get the blower assembly off, and I'm just going to lift up on the motor here, and I'm going to pull straight out with the assembly. So now we're just going to take this motor clamp off, and to get it off, we're going to use our flathead screwdriver, and we're going to just stick it right in that corner and pry it off, nice and easy. And once that comes off that side, we'll unhook it from the other side as well. And now we can take our motor and we can unplug it. We're going to squeeze in on both sides of these clips right here and just pull the clips out and unplug the motor. There we go. Now you can grab your new OEM replacement motor. If you don't have one already, you can find it on our online store. So now we're going to take our motor and we're going to attach the wires back here. So now we're just going to reattach the cable right here and just push that down until it snaps into place. Now we're going to put the motor back into place, and we're just going to set the motor right on top into that groove there. So now we're going to take our blower assembly and we're going to put that back into place. Before we do that though, we're just going to line up the front end with the shaft right here, and then we can slide the assembly back into the exhaust vent, and we're going to lift up on the motor and make sure it fits snugly right into this little space that was made for it right there. So now we're going to put the motor clamp back on, and we're going to slide the slot right up in there and just snap the motor clamp right down. There we go. So that's nice and secure now. Now we can also slide this lock back into place, and that secures the motor and the assembly together. You can see that the spring fell out when we were taking it out, so we're just going to reattach the spring at the bottom here, and we're going to put the assembly arm right there back on the spacer. So now we'll screw the fan wheel back into place on the shaft here, and again you're going to be going counterclockwise, and we'll screw that into place all the way there until it starts spinning on the back. So now we're going to grab the shaft again with our channel locks and hold on to that, and then we're going to use our 7/8 socket on the front, and we'll give that a good turn to tighten it all the rest of the way. Don't turn it too much because you don't want to break the plastic on there, but that's nice and secure on there now. Now we'll screw our assembly back into place. So we're just going to slide that in, like so. Now to put the drum back on, we're going to take the belt, we're going to go on the other side of the wheel here, just like this, and we're going to lift it up, and then loop the belt around the shaft here. Make sure everything's on straight. There we go. And then everything should be able to spin freely now. Just like that. So now we'll put the bulkhead back in place, and we're just going to need to lift up on the drum a little bit. While we do this, you're going to make sure that the roller wheels are supporting the drum. We're going to make sure that our tab goes into the slot here for the bulkhead on both sides. And now you're going to also put the tabs into the slots on the support that attaches to the bulkhead right there. And now we can screw everything back in. Now we'll put the lint filter back in. So now we'll reattach the wires for the door switch. In case you don't remember, you're going to want to make sure you take a picture before you take the wires off. But I just took a look at my own picture, and so now I remember where all the wires are supposed to go. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to line up these tabs here and put those into the slots. There's going to be 4 tabs total. So now I'm going to screw in the screws up top first. So now we'll plug all of our wires back in. There we go. So now we're going to slide our control panel up, and you're going to line up the holes down here with the little tabs that are sticking out. And we're just going to reattach our grounding wire here. Now we're just lining up our holes and screwing it back in. Now we'll put the top panel back on. And when we do this, we'll just slide it all the way forward until it's in place. And then line up your screw holes and screw it back in. Now we can turn it back around, and your repair is complete. Now we can turn our gas back on. Finally, don't forget to plug in your appliance. If you need to replace any parts for your appliances, you can find an OEM replacement part on our website, PCApplianceRepair.com. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share our video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us make more videos just like these for you to watch for free.